It's that time of year again. School is in session, and I think we can all agree that every child deserves a safe, clean, and healthy ride to school. Joining us today is Emily Calandrelli, the Emmy-nominated host of Emily's Wonder Lab on Netflix. Emily is an MIT engineer who shares her love of astronomy and science alongside Bill Nye the Science Guy and other shows. Now, Emily is teaming with Energy for Everyone to promote a sustainable alternative for powering school buses. Welcome, Emily.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So how do you go from MIT to hosting a popular Netflix show for kids?
Right, so I've always been really excited about getting kids excited about science. I could always find myself in the classroom telling kids in the classroom about what I was learning in my engineering classrooms. And so for me, it was a natural transition to go from that, inspiring kids to love science in the classroom, to an international TV show to inspire kids everywhere to love science.
What does the science tell us about school bus emissions?
Yeah, so this is why I'm so excited about propane school buses, because we all grew up with these old diesel buses that had that thick black smoke coming out of the tailpipe. And in that thick black smoke, there are harmful emissions that are bad for the environment. And more importantly, I think for all of us listening, they're bad for kids' lungs, right? They're bad for all of our lungs. But today, we have better alternatives for cleaner buses that result in cleaner air to breathe for our kids, like propane school buses. So for just a marginally higher cost, you can drastically reduce emissions coming out of that tailpipe. So for propane school buses, you can reduce the emissions coming out of that tailpipe. You can reduce nitrous oxide emissions by 96% compared to the diesel that I grew up with.
How does propane compare to electric buses?
Right, so electric buses are very good. I have an electric car myself, no emission vehicles, they're great. But the thing is here is that they cost 3 times more than propane. So if you're from a wealthy school district, that may not be a problem. But the other thing to keep in mind is range. As an electric car driver myself, that is one thing that is always on my mind. How long do I have until I have to charge my car again? And so if you have students who live out in rural areas, who live not necessarily in a centrally located area, electric buses may not be the best option for you. Whereas propane, you don't have those range issues, but you also get the benefit of having drastically reduced your emissions.
Where can we go and get more information?
For more information about propane school buses, just go to betterourbuses.com.
Thanks for joining us, Emily.
Thanks for having me.